This is Vadim. He was serving as a doctor's assistant in Debaltseve when his convoy hit a landmine. He lay alone for days, his limbs frozen and frostbitten, before he was discovered by rebel forces from the so-called Donetsk People's Republic, or DNR. I raised my hands, he says, and I said, I surrender, to which I was told to stand up. I said, guys, I can't, I'm powerless. They said, then you can crawl to the vehicle.
And he was laying for more than 3 days, almost 4 days, covered with dead bodies. And then he was kept, and he was kept in the DNR territory. The first medical help was given to him there, but his hands and legs were frozen. So when he was brought to Ukraine, it was more than 1 week since that time when he was wounded and traumatized.
By the time Vadim reached Kyiv, gangrene had infected all 4 of his limbs and they couldn't be saved.
Right now, this young guy, who is very brave, who is really perfect, he has 4 amputations and he don't want to live. And
Sometimes it's just too much, even for someone like Professor Olga Bohomolets. From a famous family of Ukrainian doctors, she set up field hospitals for the injured during the Maidan protests, before becoming a member of parliament to try and introduce legislation to cut down on corruption when buying much-needed medical military supplies. Over 8,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been wounded in action in the east. During the worst of the fighting, this military hospital in Kyiv received hundreds of wounded a day, almost overwhelming doctors.
On those days when it was really fighting, we even have lack of bandages because we don't have enough bandages to cover wounds, to stop bleeding, because no one was ready to so big a quantity of wounded people.
A shaky ceasefire between Ukraine and pro-Russian separatists has meant the flow of casualties has lessened, but not stopped. 2 soldiers in intensive care were wounded in Debaltseve during the ceasefire by shelling from separatist lines. But experts say it's not lack of skills that are hampering efforts to help the wounded.
The main problem right now is not in the hospitals, is with transportation, because we are not equipped well to have possibility to use this first gold hour to give help very fast. Some patients, they are waiting till the transportation will be organized, sometimes days, sometimes hours, sometimes even more.
Something as simple as quick transportation so that a patient can be treated in the so-called golden hour after being wounded meant the difference between keeping or losing limbs for some of these soldiers. It's a harsh reminder that in Ukraine, lives still hang in the balance every day.